Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Welcome to Stump the Idiot. I am the huge one, aka the Idiot, from KocoSports.com, KocoSports.net. It's where the world comes to kick ass, home for combat sports, and above all, where it's okay to be a passionate fan. I'm a little under the weather today, so hopefully the show comes out okay audio-wise. We always ask, we always answer questions from the Internet Infantry, and I'm going to try to hit up a bunch of others, but since I'm sick, I don't know how well this is going to go. I'm not going to be doing this live. It feels weird not doing it live, but oh well. Carlos, Saldana, and a bunch of others asked us to do this. We did this with WWE. I think we did this with TNA a long time ago, and they had another roster, and we did it with New Japan. I really wasn't happy with the New Japan one, to be honest with you. It was one of my worst shows. But yeah, so what it is we go through the roster, which is here. We're going on ImpactWrestling.com's official page. This is their roster, according to them. It doesn't have people, and some people on here seem a little weird, but they basically ask, is pushed, buried, fired. It's kind of a game. What would you do with these guys? So as I go across, I tell you what I would do if I owned TNA or was running TNA or a general manager, whatever the situation is, and how I would handle the roster. Hopefully you enjoy it, and let's rock and roll. Alright, so we start off Abyss. I would bury him. At one time I thought Abyss was one of the best big men in the business, and it's just he's lost 76 steps and he hasn't been the same. I really do believe at one time, especially when they first got on, I think Fox Sports Net, he was absolutely amazing, but those days are over, so I'd say Barry. Angelina Love, this is tough. This is tough because I think old school TNA fans that pay the $10 pay-per-views absolutely love her and are rooting for her, want to see the beautiful people feud. But the casual fans or the newer fans, it doesn't seem like they're connecting to her. So I would probably maybe keep her at the same spot, but it also depends on salary. I would just, I don't know what I'd do with her, to be honest with you. I'm going to say buried if I had to get a choice going. Austin Aries, I'd probably just keep him where he's at. Maybe bury him a little bit. I don't think he should be in the main event picture anymore, but that's just me. Awesome Kong, this is going to hurt me. This is going to hurt me. I absolutely love Awesome Kong, but she's lost a step or 17. She's like the female Abyss. So I'm going to say Barry. You have a lot of great female athletes, and it breaks my heart. Just because when she was Karma and Awesome Kong and Amazing Kong in Japan, she was absolutely awesome. And now I just don't see that. I don't see that in her. So I'd bury it until either she, I guess, got a looks like her old self, you know what I mean, in ring. Bobby Roode, I would push to the moon. I honestly think he's one of the best in the business today. I think he's absolutely amazing. And, when WWE plays their bullshit of, oh, we don't pay attention to TNA roster, that's insane. If TNA it does go out of business, like Meltzer did report earlier, and people lost their mind over, there's WWE would be stupid. Anyone would be stupid not to sign Bobby Roode. I think he's one of the best in the business, and I think he's the best in TNA. And yes, I am a huge Kurt Angle fan. Bram, if I'm in charge and it's just me, I fire him. I don't see any potential in him. I look around and people are like, oh, he's good. But no, just saying he's good doesn't mean he's good. Every fucking storyline is horrible. He fucking single-handedly ruined Magnus as far as his character goes. I'm just not seeing it. You know what? I'd probably put Bram and Abyss, like if I was booking, like you Bram, Abyss, you guys are in a feud, and guess what? If you don't get over, you fucking lost your job. Put a little pep in her step. Brooke, I would probably push. She's attractive, and, she's improving in a ring. Chris Melendez, I would keep it the same. Christy Hemme, I said this a million times. I'll say it a million and two. There's internet reports that she quit. I have no idea how she has the luxury of quitting. If I owned TNA and I bought it from Dixie Carter, and before the ink even signed, before I even put that last cross in my T in my name, I'd be like, you're fired. You're like, oh, you forgot to sign here and initial here. Oh, hold on, Christy, hold on, let me initial. You're fired. I have no idea. The fact that she makes so much money blows my fucking mind. I would fire her in a heartbeat. And even if she was making minimum wage, American minimum wage even, I'd fire her. I have no idea. Crazy Steve, I would bury. I don't see like what everyone else sees in him. Davey Richards, I'd push to the moon. I'd make the Wolves the tag team champs. DJZ, I would slowly push. I wouldn't push him there. Drew Galloway, I would give him a fucking sit down meeting, but bro, it's not working. It's not fucking working. You need to repackage. You need to do something. Hashtag stand up sounds great, but the fact that you're going against BDC, Internet Darlings, Independent, World Traveler, great wrestlers, it's kind of like you're a fucking phony. And, I know you wrestle in independence. I know you have 976 indie titles, and I know that you've wrestled on independence in the UK, and you're an amazing wrestler. I'm just saying you come off fucking phony as shit. So I'd have a heart-to-heart with him, and then I would repackage him. Eddie Edwards, same with Davey Richards. I just push him to the moon, maybe even get him the X Division. Ellie Drake, I don't know who the fuck this guy is. I watch TNA every fucking week. I saw like a YouTube video and like Ellie Drake was like, would I take intelligence? Or he's like, would I take intelligence or would I take looks? They had a question mark with Jeremy Borash. I was like, who the fuck is this guy? Are you the fucking asshole standing next to Drew Galloway? I don't know who the fuck you are. I'd fire you. I mean, come on. You got to make an impact. And literally, I have no idea. Like, I watch Impact every single week. Now, do I fast forward a lot of Drew Galloway segments? Of course I do. But I don't know who the fuck this guy is. Seriously. Don't know who he is. My best case scenario, this is a hypothesis. This is an educated guess. He's some asshole sitting next to Drew Galloway. Besides that, I have no idea. Like today, this ain't the first time I was shocked by Ellie Drake today, because I watched the question mark show. I thought it was kind of funny, like, ha ha ha, get it, ha ha, question mark. And yeah, no, I'd fucking fire you. I don't know who you are, and I literally watch the show every fucking week. You're fired. Eric Young, I would promote, I would push. I don't know if I'd put him in main event, but I would definitely get him in a side feud, maybe with Braman or Abyss or something like that. I don't want to see him fight and lose to Kurt Angle again, but Eric Young, I think, is doing a pretty thing. If I was in charge, though, I don't think I would ever turn him heel. That's just me. I know he's doing a hell of a lot better. His first heel run was absolutely horrible. His second heel run is pretty decent, but still, he's such a lovable fuck. Ethan Carter III, most viewers of mine will know where I'm going with this. Ethan Carter III, I would just push to the fucking moon. He would be the face of the company. When they switched networks, he would have been champion. So, yeah, Ethan Carter III, push to the moon. Gail Kim, I absolutely love, and I know she's getting up there in age, but she's still beautiful. She can still wrestle. I push her. Gunner, you know what? Politics and fucking knowing shit backstage. The fact that we had the same Marine Corps MOS, I would let Gunner stay. I maybe put Gunner with the other Army dog, Chris Melendez. Bam, there you go. You got a Marine Corps machine gunner, Chris Melendez. Bam, bam, bam. You're taking care of veterans. This is one of those, I'd be like, Gunner, listen, seriously. If we didn't have the same fucking job in the Marine Corps, well, I would fucking fire you. But Semper Fi, you're in a tag team division now. Good luck with that. Havoc, I know she had a lot of racist tweets, and I would sit her down and be like, listen, I'm firing you. It has nothing to do with you being a racist. Nothing. You went to Japan, and you were horrible. You've been here for what, 3-4 months, and I'm sure there's indie people like, Havoc's great, just give it time. Listen, I'm not giving you any more time. It's over. Just go. I don't even know why the fuck you're on the roster right now. Homicide, I didn't know he was on the roster, but all right. Homicide, I don't know what's going on with him, but I would push him. I'd push all of the Beatdown Club. Jade, I'd push to the moon, but I'd definitely have a sit-down meeting with her and be like, yo, you're fucking awesome, and you're not being awesome. We don't want the Asian Paige, all right? Be fucking awesome. James Storm, I'd be like, you just tell me what you want, James Storm, because you're the fucking man. You can get anything over in the tag team division. As soon as he's a world title, I would be like, oh, well, James Storm, I didn't mean anything. But yeah, Jeff Hardy, I've said this before, and this is going to get me some heel heat. I'd be pure business, because I'm not a big fan of Jeff Hardy, but I know people love Jeff Hardy, so I'm like, put on my business cap. Like, oh, put my fan hat away, put on my business cap. I would see what his salary is, and how much merch he really sells. And if the merch and all the income that comes in isn't as high as we pay him, I'd cut him. So Jeff Hardy, it would totally be, totally, without a doubt, be all business. Because as a fucking Jeff Hardy hater, it'd be hard. But I'd have to be a professional. I'd have to put on my professional hat. Like, I really don't fucking like you. Let's look at the numbers. All right, you sold more T-shirts. Congratulations, you got a job. You're full of shit. You didn't sell T-shirts. You're fired. Jeremy Borash, give that motherfucker a raise. Push him to the moon. Make him the ring announcer or something. Jeremy Borash is the man. Jesse Gordez, I probably mispronounced that. Godders? Yeah, Godders. Jesse Gorders. I've been a player hater of him for a long time, but he's really improved his drop kick, really improved in the ring. So if his salary was low enough, I would just probably push him and see what we can do with him. Kenny King, I'd just push to the moon. I have no idea why TNA doesn't push him. He's literally the Black Glass Joe. He's the Black Gabby J. You know what? Barry Horowitz is going to Kenny King and be like, yo, bro, you lose a little too much. Koya, I would probably just team up with James Storm like they have and just have him there so that the Indian television deal is happy until he started improving. So I'd have that with James Storm. King Mo, I didn't even know he's on the fucking roster. King Mo's on the roster. I know King Mo goes on Indie fans saying he's a TNA wrestler. I just thought King Mo was full of shit, but he's obviously on the roster page. I would probably either cut King. See, King Mo, it all depends on salary, because King Mo does have something special about him, so it really just depends on salary. But if we can afford him with Bellator or whatever the fuck situation's going on with King Mo's salary, which I doubt because they're not on Spike anymore, if his salary was low enough, I would just make him a muscle guy for the Beatdown Clan, and maybe try to get a couple fans in there involved. But like if his salary was pretty high, I would just cut him. Kurt Angle, I would like to say buried him, but I wouldn't bury him. I'd just bring him down a notch. I'd like put him in mid card. You know, I'd have him feud with EC3. EC3 get the best of it, and then just like it would be an honor to wrestle Kurt Angle type situations. Maybe a feud with Magnus to rebuild Magnus. Kurt Angle's career is coming down to an end. I know that television networks like, you gotta push him, you gotta push him, you gotta push him. I'd be like, I'd just be like, Kurt Angle, you're gonna work a light schedule with promos, maybe get a couple young guys in a stable or something. Boom, Gunnar and Melendez, right there. Look at that, it's right in a row. Ding, 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 ding. Then have some fucking stable, maybe go against the Beatdown Clan, whatever. You get some really good matches there, and then just have you put on great matches and help people. I know the network would be like, no, Kurt Angle can't help people. Kurt Angle can't have great matches. Kurt Angle has to be the top guy. And I'd be like, oh, this fucking network. Bobby Lashley, I would do nothing. You're absolutely fine, Bobby Lashley. I think Bobby Lashley is one of the best in wrestling as far as hiding his weaknesses. Low key and Beatdown Clan, I'd push to the moon. He would win the X Division title vacant. That's vacant right now. And push him to the moon. Madison Rayne, just keep her where she's at. Magnus, this is tough because Magnus is really, really crazy. Because when Magnus first came out on stage, I was there. I was there live when he came out with his stupid ass fucking helmet, and he was completely horrible. I think he beat up one of the Motor City Machine Guns. It fucking was horrible. I was there in the arena live, and trust me, it was horrible live. It was very horrible live. And then he became like The Miz. He was The Miz TNA, and I mean that as a compliment, that he improved so much. I think he was the most improved wrestler in TNA, in my opinion. And then 2014 happened. We don't really like to talk about 2014, but Magnus went full on complete fucking Ryback dumbassery. Like, he's like, everything's the internet's fault. Like, no one on the internet's even talking bad about you. How is it our fault? Alright. And then he just got shittier and shittier. And I think it was because Eric Young played the part of Daniel Bryan. I don't know the situation. I just want to erase 2014 Magnus. So I would have Magnus go. Him and James Storm feud looks interesting. So I'd just keep it going. And I would push him if just 2014 Magnus fucking returns. Like, as soon, like, this is how it go. I'd be, Magnus, listen, we're gonna have you go against James Storm, and then we're gonna push you, and maybe you can go against EC3 because he's gonna be our future champ. Don't tell the internet that, fucking spoilers. And I'd be like, hey, Magnus, I'm fine with it. As soon as I see an ounce of 2014 Magnus, I fire you. Like, you go online and be like, well, goddamn internet. No, you're fired. You're just fired. You're fucking stupid. Just shut the fuck up. Because every time you blame the internet, that means you're going to be shittier in the ring. Mandrews, I would push just to see what the kid can do. I maybe team him up with Spud, so there's another tag team. Manic, take 17. Manic, I would just keep where he's at. Have a mid card X division. I would bring in a lot of X division guys, but I'd keep Manic where he's at. Marty Bella, I'd push, just not as hard as Jade or Taryn Terrell, but she would be a part of that group. Matt Hardy, I just think Matt Hardy's so fucking funny. And they never fucking show it. Like, Matt Hardy on YouTube, on Twitter, Matt Hardy in Ring of Honor is fucking great. Matt Hardy being fucking, I don't know, the designated driver for Jeff Hardy sucks. I'd be like, yo, Matt Hardy, you need to be Ring of Honor, Twitter, YouTube, funny fucking Matt Hardy. That's what I would do. Like, Matt Hardy, you be you and fuck your brother. I honestly think Matt Hardy is one of the funniest motherfuckers in the world when he's not being the designated driver of Jeff Hardy. He's like, hey, how you doing? I'm just here to make sure Jeff gets to the ring. He doesn't drive anywhere. Like, no, we don't need, granted, designated drivers are very important in real life, but we don't need it on a goddamn TNA Impact. Matt Hardy, be you. Just be that fucking smug, funny asshole. Unlike fucking Magnus, who's not fucking funny at all when he's like blaming the internet. He just looks fucking stupid. You are fucking hilarious. So I would be like, listen, fuck your brother. Not literally, just fuck him. I don't even give a fuck. I hope he is not selling enough shirts because I'd love to fucking fire him. But you, Matt Hardy, you're coming in to be fucking hilarious. Mika, you're just fired. I'm sorry, dude. This fucking shit sucks. Mickey James, just stay by Magnus' side. You better not be taking a big payday for that shit. Mike Tenay, I would push. I would push Mike Tenay. I'd have him on with Josh. I think Josh does a great job. I think Tenay does a great job. I think it wouldn't have that fake enthusiasm, like, hey, 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 everything is awesome, by God, titties, titties, titties. You wouldn't have that voice, but at least fucking you would have two voices that fucking wouldn't be annoying as shit. So I'd push Mike Tenay up there. Mr. Anderson, I would give you like one last fucking feud and fire you. I'd be like, you know what? You were a blue chip athlete. You were supposed to be a fucking huge star, and well, it didn't pan out. MVP, I'd make him the leader of the Beatdown Clan as he is, but I would make the Beatdown Clan a legit fucking badass fucking thing. Maybe MVP is the one that ends Mr. Anderson's career to get some fucking respectability back, and then I'd have the Beatdown Clan dominate. And then you can have Kurt Angle, Gunner, Chris Melendez, that feud. You can have EC3, Zito having to pay him, but then sometimes they betray him. So that's what I would do there. Rebels, she's just eye candy. I don't know if she's going to get better at it. I'd just keep her where she is. If she had a huge payday, fire her. Robbie E, I would push. I find him to be hilarious. Spud, I hate to say this, I'd bury him. I'd bury Spud because they gave him way too much. Like, oh, here's a match versus Kurt Angle, and Josh put him over. Oh, he won the X Division twice, and this fucking little motherfucker. And I like Spud. But he's like, oh, I'm just like Christopher Daniels. And no, you're not, Spud. Go fuck yourself. The X Division fucking sucks, and you fucking suck. And this is coming from a Spud fan. I am with Spud. But just too fucking much, just like Grado. It's like, I like Grado. The X Division should mean something. I don't give a fuck if the X Division's blue. I don't give a shit if the X Division's green, red. I don't care what color the goddamn belt is. That belt used to mean something to TNA fans. And fucking Rockstar Spud winning it 76 fucking times, acting like he's goddamn AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels is bullshit. I would actually put Spud with Mandrews, and I would maybe break them up, and then Spud, you know where this is going. Spud and EC3 back together again. Pure happiness. Samuel Shaw, I would just fucking change his whole gimmick. I've seen him wrestle in Vintage. I've seen him wrestle in Florida, and he's a better wrestler than fucking the nation knows. It's a horrible booking, a horrible thing. So I'd be like, Samuel Shaw, you're coming back. Just fucking, yeah, you're fixed. Congratulations. Have some good matches, and if you can't hang on the big stage, you're gone. Taryn Terrell, I would just push, keep her where she's at. She's absolutely amazing with the Dollhouse. Tyrus, I would just keep him where he's at, dude. I would never have Tyrus turn on AC Carter third. I'd have it like Daredevil. I really like the Daredevil TV series, and one thing is how much Kingpin loved his right hand man, or how much Kingpin loved his security guy, or whatever title that guy had. I would try to recreate that EC3 Tyrus thing, and I love how they tease Tyrus doing something stupid and then he doesn't, so I appreciate it. And Velvet Sky, I find this interesting, so I would keep the push up, but like keep an eye on her. I'd be like, I'm gonna push you, but if this shit starts going south, we might have to fucking change it up. So there you go. And Grado, I'd keep on the roster. I have no idea. Grado is not good enough to be on the page. I would keep Grado on the roster, but he would not be anywhere near a fucking title at all. Grado has something special, and hopefully the American fans see that. But putting him in the X division is not helping anything at all. So I would just put him in comedy spots and all that, and have him part. Alright, so that's it. That's Pushed, Buried, Fired, in TNA. I'll try to rock out some more videos. I apologize for my voice being shot. Hopefully you still had a good time. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow us on Twitter at KocoSports. Check out KocoSports.net. And with that, I am over. Bum, bum, bum,